the opposite of being productive, being useless? What's up? I'm Noira and I'm usually this. But today I'm just a blob. Last year I started journaling. Today I had the courage to look back through them. I feel like I'm not optimizing myself. Why can't I just optimize? I have all the tools. What's missing is just my effort. I need to be more productive. I'll eventually be consistent and productive, right? I truly think I'm at my limit. I can't keep hoping. I can't up my productivity. I'm truly just at my limit. I was hopeful, I was self-motivating, only then to eventually lose hope and give up. I've been working 2 jobs for a while due to some personal reasonings and always believed that work hard, play hard were things awesome people would do, aka I'd like to believe me. So, the work hard were obviously my 2 jobs. These were 2 jobs that required active critical thinking and problem solving. My play hard was content creation. I consistently streamed 3 days a week, 3 hours per session, and post videos on my YouTube channel up to 4 times a week too. What can I say? You do a lot for love, right? Then, on the side, there were hobbies like music, my IRL social life, family stuff, and other boring obligations. I've sustained this for almost 2 years. This balance of work hard, play hard that I convinced myself was perfect. I get good income from 2 jobs, then spend it on things I love doing. As Thanos would put it, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Seriously, what could go wrong? Alas, after a bit more than a year, things started to fall apart and I couldn't figure out why. This was when I started journaling. This was when I started asking myself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be more productive or even just as productive as I used to be? I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I truly think I'm at my limit. I can't keep hoping. I can't up my productivity. I'm truly just at my limit. I wrote that towards the end of 2023 in my journal. Then, the Christmas and New Year's holidays happened, where it was just a whole week off. I didn't even take any days off and was technically clocked into work, but nobody looked for me and there were no urgencies. I mean, everyone was on holidays. I truly just had a lot of time to myself. As I basked in this sudden lack of obligations, on the 3rd day, what am I, Jesus? I was charged up with so much inspiration and ideas. I felt alive and excited to create so many things. I was a depresso in Palworld for the longest time, but suddenly I got reborn with mad boosted stats. Within the next 2 days of the remaining break, I wrote 2 songs, started 2 new initiatives that would structure my daily life better, and finished off a good amount of backlog that I've been putting off. I was productive and felt productive, and it felt so good after the many months of just seeking it. Well, after that break, that productivity high kept me afloat for a while longer, only to slowly dwindle away once again. When I got back to the point of questioning my productivity again, I thought back to what I felt on that New Year's break. It was then that I decided that what I lacked to reach that level of feeling inspired, excited, and productive again was true free time. Free time where you really don't worry about your upcoming to-do list. Free time where you're not always keeping that ongoing project in the back of your mind. Free time where you're relieved of all pressures and obligations for just that moment. Free time to just let your mind roam to wherever and whatever it wants to. Because, well, that's what I had during the New Year's. So these were my observations and assumptions, and I needed more confidence in it before making the decision that I had in mind. So I picked up 2 books specifically, Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek and Ali Abdaal's Feel Good Productivity. Now, I like to believe that whatever you read, be it a good book or a bad book, is whatever you make out of it. Thus, from Ali Abdaal's book, which I've only finished half of at the time of this video's writing, I've realized that I'm not alone in having difficulty to turn on my productivity, and there are many ways to foster it rather than forcing it or hoping for it. From Tim Ferriss's book, I didn't get to reduce my work hours to just 4 hours a week, nor did I immediately decide that I want to travel around the world and work remotely. I did, however, learn that there's a possibility to take breaks in order to come back better for productivity. Actually, that reminds me that there's also this other book that I read way too long ago, maybe in 2015. It's Steve Johnson's Where Good Ideas Come From, and it's stuck with me ever since. It tells about how you need quiet moments in your days in order to be creative and get ideas rolling. Let roaming thoughts collide with each other and let serendipity take course to spark a eureka moment in a modern bathtub. The dust settled. I drank the water of life, and now I see. I knew what I had to do to bring back all that creativity and productivity. I needed more free time, so thus I quit one of my jobs. Well, I can't quit both. Your blob needs income to survive capitalism and fight for democracy live on stream. I know it's technically still not a lot of free time, but it's relatively significant improvement for me. 2 hells with work hard, play hard. I realized too late that there was no point in me doing that if I ended up not having free time. The lack of free time suffocated my productivity, creativity, and even a lot of my enjoyment in doing the things that I love doing. But that's a whole bedtime story for another time. And now, here I am. My last day of work was a few days ago, and it feels like a heavy weight has been lifted. Suddenly ideas are much lighter and float by much easier. I've been productive and feel productive. I mean, how else was I supposed to make this video?